Hi Taurus, welcome to your weekly reading. I'm Jude. Remember, these readings are general, so they may or may not resonate, and you have free will. So, whatever the cards or the messages are, you decide what you do with that information. All right, Taurus, to start with, we're looking at what's the energy you've been in, what have you been dealing with, what's been going on for you, Taurus. We've got some big cards straight out. We've got the Wheel of Fortune, the Seven of Swords, the Star, and the Ace of Wands. So I feel like there's this whole new cycle that started up for you, Taurus. Quite a positive one. And one where you maybe have had to navigate yourself with a bit of a tricky situation. But you've held on to your hopes and dreams. And I feel like you've had quite an inspired new opportunity that's come in your world. Oh, there we go. Okay. That feels nice. A little bit tricky, but beautiful cards, Taurus. Okay, so if that's the energy that Taurus have been in, what is the week starting the 6th of Feb for Taurus, please? Well, the week starting the 6th of Feb for Taurus. I have big cards on the table today, Taurus. Okay. Yeah, wow, you've got a lot of majors already starting out here. So we've got the World, the Four of Swords, the Hanged Man, and the Knight of Cups. So Taurus, it feels like there's a whole new chapter beginning for you. It feels like out of that, whatever it was you needed to navigate through, it feels like you've spent a little bit of time on the kind of almost like the time out bench, I'm hearing. The Four of Swords and the Hangman both talk about taking a little bit of time out, getting a different perspective. The World says there's some things that are needing to complete, close out, finish off, finalise quite successfully, but it's the end of an old chapter and the time to take a breath before you start the next chapter. So with that ending, it is always important to take a little pause before you start the next. And that's exactly what I'm seeing in these cards. It's like, yep, finish this chapter out, but then have a pause, have a rest, take a breath, have a different look at things, just sit in it for the moment. And then you get the Knight of Cups that says there's a new sense of purpose of how you want to move out into the world. Feels very nice, actually, Taurus, to be honest. It feels like you get to sort of sit in this gentleness. And even the Knight of Cups feels like a gentle energy moving forward. There's no chaotic sort of stuff going on here, or it's just you quietly moving forward. And with something that's really important to you. It feels like it's very heart-based as well. So what is the challenge, please, for Taurus next week? The week starting the 6th of Feb. What's the challenge for Taurus, please? What challenge sits there for Taurus, please? Can you show me what is the challenge for Taurus? Okay, Taurus, so we've got Justice and the Six of Pentacles, and I'm really drawn to the fact that in both of these cards there's a set of scales. Both of the cards are talking about balance and fairness and exchange. Justice talks about wanting truth and fairness. It's about taking responsibility for what's yours to take responsibility of, but not taking on everybody else's. And the Six of Pentacles is about how we give and how we receive, and whether we're getting our worth and our value is being recognised. So because these cards are sitting as a challenge, also Justice might be talking about, for some of you, you might be dealing with a lawyer or some legal aspect to what you're doing. Because it's sitting in the challenge, it's going to be speaking your truth about what you want on the table. I feel like with this new quest almost that you begin, and it feels like it might have an energy of a workplace or a creative project of some sort, because we've got wands and pentacles here. It feels like this would be something you're quite passionate about, and the challenge is going to be speaking up for what it is that you feel you deserve and that you want, and holding your boundary lines as well a little bit is the feeling I've got there. Interesting. Okay, so if that's the challenge for you, Taurus, what comes in to help you? What comes in to help Taurus, please? Can you please show me what comes in to help Taurus? What comes in to help Taurus? What comes in to help Taurus, please? Okay. So Taurus, what's showing is coming in to help you is the Eight of Swords, the Knight of Wands, the Queen of Swords, and the Two of Pentacles. So for some of you, Taurus, some of you might literally be shifting house. Some of you might be moving. I know this is general, so it's probably not going to resonate for everyone. But also the other aspect here with the Eight of Swords, and then further down is the Queen of Swords is great, because the Queen of Swords is actually the evolution of the Eight. The Eight, we can find ourselves a little bit caught up, a little bit bound up in our thinking, and we've kind of like tied ourselves up a little bit with our own thoughts, because there's a sense here of, you know, needing to step forward. There's a choice or a decision to be made, and it's, you need a clear mind to make it. So because this is in what's helping you, I feel like you've already come a long way to get to this place, and it feels also like it's been quite an emotional journey, but it's how you move forward, and literally, as I said, for some of you it will involve a house move or a shift of some sort. But it's also about how you're going out to the world with this inspired new opportunity. And the Queen of Swords says you've picked up a sword and cut yourself free from this confined thinking and found your clarity. The Queen of Swords is very clear. Her thinking is very clear. She's a clear communicator. She's like the voice of truth, which is also connecting me back into this Justice card. The Queen of Swords is someone who's very much about truth, justice, clarity. She can be a little bit black and white. She can sometimes be a little bit harsh. But there's an absolute certainty. She sits on a concrete throne. She's like, here I am. This is it, black and white. We're also sitting here with the Two of Pentacles as helping you. And it's like, because out of all of this, I feel, Taurus, there's a sense here of a couple of different things have equal value to you. And it's how you manage this, how you navigate this. Because I also feel you're quite ambitious and quite driven. And it's like, can you do both? Yes, you can. The Two of Pentacles says that it might be tricky and it might keep you on your toes, but you can navigate it. It will have a few emotional ups and downs, as we can see with the water turbulence in the background, but it's like you can manage it. You have the capacity to balance both of these things. So it feels like you're just steadily moving yourself forward, and with this very passionate, new, inspired project. So I'm just going to close your reading out, Taurus, with a message from Spirit. A message from Spirit for Taurus, please. A message for Taurus. And we've got the Eight of Coins, the Page of Cups, and the High Priestess. So Taurus, this is saying, you know, you get on with your work, and there's this new emotional energy that comes for you, as well as having the High Priestess here. You know, often the Page of Cups can talk about, you know, our more intuitive senses. This can sometimes speak of that. The fact that we've got the High Priestess here as well, which is speaking about listening to your soul, listening to your intuition. There is a sense here of getting on with the work, but also listening to your soul as you do so, because it feels like that's going to guide you with this sense of balance that you are looking for, and how you take this heart project out into the world. It's very inspired, it's a big dream, and it's this part of this whole new cycle that you're in, Taurus. So it feels big, it feels like it's purposeful, and it feels like it's coming from the heart. And you find your balance, you find your footing as you step forward, and the work, doing the work is giving you this sort of energy here of satisfaction. So yes, I hope you found that enjoyable or interesting or insightful. If you did, please like, share and subscribe, or if you want to pop a comment in the comments, that'd be lovely. Have a great week, and bye from me.